So a big mistake I see people making on RVs is they'll buy these aluminum brackets or braces that can go underneath an RV, and they'll mount, devices like shelving or cross bracing, things like that. Even in the shelving, they'll mount things that are aluminum brackets and aluminum braces. And the issue with this is when they're mounted to a steel plate or they're being used with a steel bolt or a steel screw, that causes a galvanic reaction. And this galvanic reaction causes those two metals to really react very, very fast. And your aluminum won't rot away, but the steel will. So if you have a aluminum brace going underneath your RV, it's contacting the frame on this side, it's actually going to start rusting that frame out. And the aluminum will be fine, but your frame will start rusting away right there. Or the bolts that it's being anchored with is going to start rusting away. So anything that's anchoring that aluminum brace to your RV is just going to start rusting away on you. So I just want to make sure that people know, that you can't attach aluminum to a steel frame unless you use certain preventative tactics. So one, if it's a lighter type of structure, then you can use stainless steel screws. Now, stainless steel screws are very soft. So unless it's a light application, don't do it with a stainless steel screw. But if it's a light application, stainless steel screws are just fine because they're not going to have that galvanic reaction rust away. Another thing is, if you do need a aluminum frame, rail hooked to your steel frame, then if you have, and I know this sounds a little crazy, but if you have a plastic gasket, then that will work. So basically your aluminum is here and your steel frame is here. Just put a plastic gasket in between those two, and then when you mount them together, there is no connection. Have that plastic in between it, and they won't start rusting and having that galvanic reaction because of that. So, and you can actually buy these little plastic, anything, just some sort of plastic spacer. And when I used to do auto body, we had the same thing. When I was working on cars and the aluminum front reinforcements were on cars, the aluminum was separated by a thin piece of plastic. And I would see, some auto body guys, they would just not install the new plastic shim. They would just say, oh, what's this? And they'd throw it away. And I would see cars coming back in later on, it could be a couple years later, but where they didn't put that plastic on, the frame was just rotting. I mean, just rusting away because of that reaction to those two types of metals. So, like I said, just keep those metals apart. And if you need to use aluminum framing, then, make sure you get some sort of buffer between a little piece of plastic or stainless steel for a lighter application. So that's just the warning on that. When you start seeing your frame rotting away because of the aluminum touching it, it's not the steel's fault, it's the aluminum eating away at it. So that's it.